Today on Dave Eats the World, we're going to be making porchetta. On the saucepan, we're going to toast 2.5 tablespoons of rosemary, 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds, give the pan a quick shake to prevent stuff from burning. Once these two are nice and toasted, let's give it a rough chop. Add in 2 teaspoons of table salt, 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black pepper, a pinch of chili powder. Then we're going to add the zest of 1 lemon. Give it a nice mix and set it aside. Now we're going to chop our parsley, roll it into a cigar, and start hacking. And set it aside. For pork, we are using 4.5 pounds of bone-in pork belly. You can ask your butcher to take out the ribs for you. All we're left with is a nice flat piece of meat. We're going to add half the seasoning on the meat side of the belly. After that, we're going to roll it up into a log. Now we're going to tie up the pork with some butcher's twine in order for it to hold its shape. Then we're going to spread the rest of the seasoning mix outside the pork. Making sure to get every nook and cranny. It was at this point when I realized that I completely forgot about the parsley. Well, I'm not going to redo all the tying that I just did, so I'm just going to quickly tuck in the parsley on both ends of the meat. I totally did not mess this up. This is just standard procedure. Then I proceeded to tuck in the parsley on the seam side of the meat. Now there we go. It's almost as if that little oopsie didn't happen. All that's left is to cover it up in cling film and leave it in the fridge to marinate overnight. The next day, line up your roasting tray with tin foil. This will make cleaning things up much easier. Put a wire rack on top of the roasting tray. Now we're going to rub some olive oil around the pork before going in the oven. Now let's preheat the oven to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's done preheating, put the pork in the middle rack, and we're going to leave it to cook for around 2 hours. And now we're going to make our salsa verde. Put in 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of fennel seed, half a teaspoon of table salt, the zest of half a lemon, in the blender, we're going to put in 3 cloves of garlic, a whole bunch of parsley, pour in our initial mixture, add in the juice of a whole lemon, then add in half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Blend everything together until everything is well incorporated. And now our sauce is done. Now that the pork is cooked, we're gonna go ahead and blast the skin for 25 minutes on 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I wish you guys could smell this because it smells absolutely incredible. After 25 minutes, we are left with this beautiful, crispy, crunchy exterior. And now for a crunch test. Seems pretty crispy to me. Next, we have some French baguettes that need toasting. Typically, ciabatta is used, but this is all I have at the moment. After letting the pork rest for 20 minutes, it's time to carve. Now that everything's ready, it's time for the assembly. We're gonna put our meat first, and then some crispy crackling on top. Followed by that really bright and tangy Salsa Verde. And now our porchetta sandwich is complete. All that's left to do is to put it in my mouth and savor the flavor. With that juicy pork, crispy crackling, and tangy sauce. This really hits the spot. And now if you'll excuse me, I need some alone time with this sandwich.